This is Rabbi and Son, hot takes on news, pop culture, and religion, hosted by Rabbi Patrick, that's me, and my son, Javon. Say hi, Javon. Hi. This is Spiritual, Irreverent, Always Fearless, produced by Darshan Yeshiva. Javon, how are you doing today?
Fine.
Fine as always. Okay, so we are doing more of these Reddit ones. We have no particular order of importance, and also some of these are holiday-oriented, and yeah, you're just going to have to deal with the fact that it's not that holiday, because these are the pressing questions. So the things that need to be dealt with, and some of these are really long, and so I'm only going to read parts of what people have to say, because people want to give a lot of context, it seems, for what's going on, but it's a lot. Okay, so this one comes from the Reddit, Am I the blank blank? Okay, this is Borrowed Time Bear, who asked, Am I the blank for trying to skip the first night of Passover? So my partner and I intended to skip the first night of Passover this year because my best friend was flying into town. We are getting married this year. She is my maid of honor, and we wanted to spend some time together before the wedding. I asked the partner whether it would be okay, and my partner okayed the plans. Partner's mother is a rabbi. I'm not Jewish. Ooh. All right. Partner's parents get incredibly upset at the prospect of us not coming to the first night of Passover. Partner's uncle has a gift to give to partner for the. Okay. I'm a little tired of this word partner over and over again. Listen, I know your generation is into this sort of thing, but partner was the word that was used in my time because you weren't allowed to call someone your boyfriend or your girlfriend because you were gay. And now everybody's partnered except for the LGBT people who don't have partners. They have boyfriends and girlfriends. Just saying. Okay. Partner's uncle has a gift to give to now I can't say partner anymore. Partner's uncle has a gift to give to partner for the wedding. No one asked us if we were coming to the event to begin with. I changed my plans and we go to their Passover celebration. We have been to their house many times before, and suddenly a new picture in the living room shows up featuring my partner, his ex-girlfriend, and his parents. All right. His parents claim it was a mistake, that their cleaning person must have moved around the photos while dusting. Next thing I know, his parents are telling us that they are considering hosting a post-wedding brunch with their family and friends without my partner and me. We were going to do the brunch at an external location originally, but then they wanted to host the brunch at their home, which I don't feel comfortable with. Is another picture of the ex going to materialize somewhere. I know Passover is a really important holiday, and I understand that maybe I offended the future in-laws by wanting to skip the first night, but is this reasonable on their end, or am I the blank? I think that these are multiple issues wound up into one, because some of this is not exactly Passover related. Some of this is passive aggressive related. And then I don't understand this, we're going to throw a brunch without you. I don't know. Javon, your thoughts?
Well, my initial thoughts was stick to your plans. You don't owe them. No one asked you where you come to the event. No one made sure you were coming. So at that point, you weren't invited. Why invite yourself to an event that no one invited you to?
Well, they were invited. They were invited to Passover. They weren't specifically. But it's his family, though, right?
So?
Well, you would go to your parents' house for Passover. That's sort of given thing.
I mean,
your parents don't have to
invitation extended. Some people are very invitation oriented.
Okay, so you're saying maybe the partner wasn't the fiance. I'm going to use the word fiance because they're getting married. So the fiance maybe wasn't. No, I don't know. I don't know if I don't see that one. No, this is.
Well, no one made sure they were coming. You can't just be like, oh, this holiday is happening, and then you don't know if people have plans or not because she's not Jewish. She probably had plans.
But the plans would be that you would go to your in-laws.
Okay, but that wasn't the plan. Clearly, her and her partner had a conversation.
Partner's mother is a rabbi. It's kind of a given thing.
No, you don't have to go somewhere just because your partner goes somewhere.
It's okay. It's regardless. I think that it's a given thing. Now, is the partner going? Well, the partner's parents get really upset about the two of them not going to the first night of Passover. So clearly they were like, we want you here, and we're upset that you wouldn't be here. She changes her plans, or he, or I don't know, this person changes their plans. They go to Passover. Okay. So, like, that's part one. I don't know. This thing with, like, the photo with, like, the ex, how does that happen, do you think?
Because she don't really want him there. She wanted to make a point.
Oh, yeah. You think it's
You don't
passive aggressive?
You don't do things like that without trying to make a point. Oh, my cleaning lady forgot that the ex, it had to be from years ago since, you're moving on to marriage at this point. I mean, unless you're getting married in like 6 months, which is concerning. Yeah.
How would a photo of an ex suddenly materialize?
It wouldn't.
That's the one where I'm like, yeah, that sounds a little fishy.
It wouldn't.
Yeah.
She wanted them there. She wanted to embarrass them. No, embarrass the fiance. And the fiance decided to stand for embarrassment.
I mean, it would literally take the cleaning person. So here's what it would take for this.
But why is it framed and sitting in the public face when they were broken up and he's like moved on and had the fiance?
Right.
So
here's what I'm thinking. This is the only way this could happen to give benefit of the doubt. And it is such a stretch that I don't think it's possible. You would have to have a situation where they have like a lot of photos. Because some people are like that. They have insane numbers of photos of like family and whatever out everywhere. And they had this photo like on a little frame somewhere because it was like a vacation or something, some like one of those things you take a photo of. They have it in a little frame somewhere and they just totally forgot about it. And then the housekeeper cleaning person is cleaning the house and moves it in a place that is more prominent. That's what it would have to take for that to make sense. I'm erring on the side of there was some passive aggressive stuff going on.
There was.
And I'm wondering if it's the whole, like, my kid is marrying a non-Jew thing. Like, I'm just wondering if there's maybe a little bit of energy there. I don't know.
Oh, she's not supposed to be a rabbi in some circles.
Well, hey, there you go, right? So, funny how that works.
Yeah, so don't try to be all funny acting.
You know what's the crazy thing about this, Javon, is like, what if this episode goes out? Because my world is kind of small. Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot of people do what I do for a living. And I'm going to assume this person's either American or Canadian. And like, I get some like really like, trash email from some rabbi who's just like, you don't understand what happened. You don't understand the issues, sir. We are hoarders and we hoard photos of our children and their exes.
No, it was just weird. First of all, why do you still have those pictures? Those pictures should have been up in flames the moment they broke up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing where you take the photos and like, I can sympathize with parents if like maybe they really get emotionally attached to someone's partner and like maybe there's a breakup, whatever. But like, yeah, you kind of have to, put away the photos and maybe there's a little photo album somewhere that never sees the light of day, but like that's kind of.
But it's weird.
Yeah, I mean it's a thing. Okay, but so then there's this part 3 to this though, because they kind of make up for it, quote unquote, by going to the and I just want the record to show that Javon is drinking out of the noisiest thermos of all time. This water bottle is intense. They go to the Passover Seder. Okay, great. Did their thing. But then, like, now there's this thing with the photo. Okay, that's weird, whatever. Now there's this next element of they're going to host a brunch to celebrate the wedding, but without them. So I don't know how that works.
See, and this is exactly why she shouldn't have went to the Passover the first night. Because this is real funny. Because you're going to have a brunch that's celebrating the wedding without inviting the two people that are getting married. Yeah. So at that point, now you're like, this lady who's the rabbi is unruly, and the future spouse need to be reining in the parents because this is disrespectful.
Well, so this person, Lizzie, I guess is how you say this person's name, wants info. Do you think that they spitefully put up a photo of your partner's ex because you almost didn't attend Passover? Seems paranoid. To which Borrowed Time Bear says, I may be a bit paranoid. I am certainly sensitive to the ex-girlfriend stuff, given that his parents have called me his ex's name before. Oh, snap. Oh, that's a lot. Both non-Jewish, same race. Okay. Though perhaps on accident, and his parents' friends, who I have known for years at this point, will sometimes call me his ex's name and sometimes forget what I do and ask if my profession is what hers was, which happened on this Passover. Woof. Man. This is a little weird.
No, what you need to do is stay around from them folks, because at this point, they're not caring. They just showed you they don't care enough to know anything about you. They don't care to remember you.
Yeah.
So that's what this goes. Like, I'll give benefit of the doubt because maybe they old, but then like, come on.
Now, this person, Spatzel, asks a good question. Why couldn't your fiance just go to the Seder without you? And that would be, I think, your,
that
would be your thing. Like, she doesn't have to go. Yeah. And okay, yeah, I guess maybe you wish she was there, but you would wish that she's there. Or I don't know.
This person.
I keep saying she with the partner, but then he, so I don't know. The thing is that, like, yeah, you would want them both there. You would want them both there because they are family. You think of them as family, and it would be sad for your family to not be at the family Seder, right? Like, you wouldn't, if you didn't really think of them as family, then you would be a little bit more like, oh, you don't have to bring her or him or them or whatever, right? You wouldn't have that emotional attachment to it. But then this is where I think it gets more jacked up, because is it like a power move of like, no, you need to, like, you need to bring, this person who we're going to call by the wrong name and embarrass.
Exactly.
In Judaism, embarrassing someone is tantamount to murder. It's actually religiously, it's considered like embarrassing a person is or destroying their character or something like that. Yeah, it's tantamount to murder.
Yeah, lock her up.
Yeah, well, so, okay. Did they explain there's another person's Spitfire Elfeth? Well, I can't pronounce that. Okay. Asks, did they explain why they want to have a post-wedding brunch without the bride and groom present? Okay, because that's kind of weird, right? So here we go. So Borrowed Time Bear says, we expressed discontent with the brunch being held at the house. They said it was slightly cheaper to do it at the house. It would be more casual, and that more people from in town, like our friends, probably wouldn't make the trek out to their house that's on the edges of the city. The whole conversation was kind of odd. I get the feeling that they did not want to spend all day with us. Actually, I've gone to every Seder at their home for the past few years. Oh, wow. Okay. So this isn't a quickie rebound, whatever, and have helped out with the cooking. Wedding planning has been extraordinarily stressful. Yeah. Putting on like my, pastoral care, rabbi hat, I can tell you this is a family where there's like issues. Like there's more to this story that has nothing to do with the couple getting married.
Exactly.
There is some mental health weird thing going on with this.
No, I'm not. Everything's not mental health. Sometimes people are just mentally, want to cause other people distress.
Right, but I'm not saying, see, here's the thing. When I say mental health, I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'm saying it's a reason. There's a difference between reasons and excuses.
No, because you're reasoning, that makes an excuse.
No, because they're still culpable for their actions, even if mental illness is the reason. Like that doesn't get them out of it. They don't get to say, oh, well, I'm like, the parents here don't get to say, or the in-laws here don't get to say, oh, we just got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Therefore, you have to be okay with, us treating you like trash. Like, no, it's, we've been diagnosed with borderline and we need to make amends to you because it was unfair what we did to you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an excuse. It's a reason.
Reasonable excuses.
Okay. Either way. Yeah, no, there's totally, this is shenanigans.
It was always shenanigans. Like they're getting married, and then y'all want to have it was just all this funny stuff. So what she needs to do is pack up and get gone.
Pack up and get gone.
I know people are like all in love and like this whole lovey-dovey thing, and it's all the wedding is happening, but like you're gonna have to deal with these people forever when you get married. Like get out while you can.
Yeah, this is definitely if I were this person, if I was this couple, I don't know how long the wedding planning, like when the wedding ceremony is, I'd pause it. I'd straight up pause it. I'd be like, look, we need to try to figure out what happened here. And because when you marry,
the parents being unruly,
well, yeah, but I'd like to understand, I would want to understand it and try and get to the bottom of it and try to figure out, is this our future? Like, is the future of this that these people are going to act this way? And if so,
but you knew that they kept acting this way. You said a few years. They said a few years. Kept misnaming and misremembering.
Did they
for a few years?
Okay, now wait a minute. Was the person saying that they were doing this for a few years?
She said they do it on occasion.
They do it on occasion. Okay. So I want to look back at that real quick, because that is kind of a weird one, that this is something that they do. Okay. I've gone to every Seder at their home in the past few years. We've helped out cooking, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't know. I don't see anything in here about they do this regularly.
But you read that. I'm
trying to see where I read that, though.
Okay, as long as you remember that you read that, because it was read.
Okay, well, here we go. Here's what it does say. His parents have called me by the ex's name before. Okay. Though perhaps on accident, the parents' friends do this. Okay, yeah. So we don't know, if that was something that they did when they first got together and now they've stopped, or we don't, that's a need more info thing. Either way, it's screwed up. And I'm really worried about who this rabbi is, because I'm worried that I'm now going to have a hit put out on me. They're going to declare a fatwa.
Then you're just exposing yourself to the internet for no reason.
Yep. Well, there you go.
This is completely anonymous.
Well, borrowed time bear, I hope that your Passover was, not as difficult as it sounds like it was. I hope you and your partner figure it out. Maybe if you haven't put down the deposit on the wedding venue, maybe you kind of move the date. Maybe that summer wedding becomes a nice fall wedding. Or winter's a cheap time to get married if it's right after Christmas. Just saying. Did that little move, save some money. I'd figure out what's going on with because you're going to be with these people forever. You better figure out how you feel about that. And not just lay over on this one. Don't just take it. That's not fair. Not fair to you.
Yeah, but at this point, if you've been doing that for umpteen years, then you should go soul searching.
Yes, I agree.
You're allowing people to talk to you crazy. Yeah. For the sake of, quote unquote love, and you're feeling for this person.
Javon does not believe in love.
Don't quote me on that, because I never said that. He's
the Disney character who's I don't believe in love, and then finds love later, and then there's a story arc.
I don't believe people should be stupid. And that, this love, fogs up the brain, and it clogs up reasoning.
Yes, rose-colored glasses.
Exactly. Don't wear those.
Fair enough. All right, borrowed time bear. Either way, we wish the best for you. Thank you to our sponsors at Darshan Yeshiva for making this content possible. Darshan Yeshiva provides beginner-level online Jewish learning, including the very popular Conversion to Judaism program, with sponsoring rabbis and students all over the world. Start your Jewish journey any place, anywhere, and anytime with our conservative, reform, reconstructionist, Jewish renewal, humanistic, and post-denominational rabbi mentors. Become the Jew you always wanted to be with Darshan Yeshiva.